All right, well, thank you for joining me today. My name is Michael Johnson. I'm the owner of Eagle Vision Eye Care, a medium-sized practice in Sacramento, but it continues to grow. I appreciate the opportunity to share my Marco experience with you. I've been working with Marco equipment for roughly 2 years, and I'm an extremely satisfied customer. I can't say enough good things about Marco's equipment, people, and their service. And I'm sure that you'll find today with your interaction with them that their highest priority is helping you be successful at what you do best, and that's deliver quality patient care. So my talk today is going to focus on my success using the Marco equipment. The title of my talk is The Implementation of Technology and the Realized Return on Investment in a Single Doctor Practice. My experience has been that normally at these types of talks, the speaker is usually the owner of a mega practice, and it's kind of hard to relate to that type of practice when you're a single doctor. So my talk's going to come from the perspective of the average practice, or as you might say, the common optometrist. So let's take a look at my practice. I started cold in 2004, and as you can see, 2005 and 2006 showed significant growth. 2007 and 2008, I was still growing, but at a much slower rate. I was running out of room, and I also came to the realization that I wasn't using the right equipment to be truly efficient. So in 2007, I started to plan my expansion. So I set some goals for myself. My first goal was to be able to provide quality care. I wanted to do it in an efficient manner, and I wanted to utilize the latest technology. I went to a lecture earlier today, and the speaker said something that really resonated with me, and that was that the average optometrist is 10 years behind the technology curve, and I certainly fit into that category. I wanted to become $1 million practice, and I knew I couldn't do it with 10-year-old equipment. I wanted to create an enjoyable work environment for my staff and myself. I wanted to work smarter and not harder. So I needed to reinvent myself and my practice. So I partnered with some of the industry leaders like Marco, OfficeMate, iDesigns, and iMaginations. And this really is a partnership. They truly work together, and they truly work with you. So in 2009, I finally underwent finally met my dream and underwent a total transformation. I moved my office to a new space. I went from paper records to EMR. I redesigned my optical, and I brought in the latest technology, the Marco equipment. In addition to being the latest technology, Marco offers a total solution. They have everything that I needed, and it all integrated seamlessly with my OfficeMate EMR. So as controversial as he may be, I like Quentin Tarantino movies. What I like best about Quentin Tarantino is his nonlinear storyline. That's when he shows you a snippet of the end of the movie at the very beginning and then leaves you hanging, wondering how the characters got there. So with that in mind, I'm going to tell you the end of my story first and then tell you how I got there. So the result of implementing all these changes, I was able to grow almost 26% in 2009. And I'm very proud of this achievement, especially given the economic environment of 2009. And although I worked hard, Marco played an integral role in my success. How did I do it? I shortened exam time by an average of 5 minutes. I was able to streamline patient flow. I increased the number of services that I offered, and I also increased my exam fees by $17. Let's take a look at my exam times. So with my old system, or what you might consider classic optometry equipment, my pre-test times were running at 5.5 minutes and my exam times at 20.5 minutes. With the new system, I was able to get my pre-test times down to 4 minutes and 45 seconds and my exam times down to just shy of 16 minutes. Now, am I really comparing apples to apples? Absolutely not. I now offer a more comprehensive eye exam. For example, when I used to just do autorefraction, I now do autorefraction, wavefront technology, or wavefront analysis, and topography. The equipment's easy, fast, and accurate. My office staff now does the pre-test times, and they're doing it at 4 minutes and 45 seconds, where I was doing the exam time previously myself at just over 5 minutes. So if I use the new technology myself, I can do it in much less time than that. With the TRS, there's an easy transition from one test to the next. So if your patient doesn't quite understand the testing procedure that you're doing, you can easily switch gears and move on to a different test. There's a definite flow and rhythm to the exam, and the patient picks up on that, thereby allowing you to examine the patient faster. So let's look at what I did. As I mentioned, in 2009, I opened a new office. I put in 2 lanes of equipment. I used the TRS system in both exam lanes. I also put in, for my pre-testing and auxiliary equipment, a Marco lensometer, an OPD wave scan, the Macuscope, and the RTA. All this equipment links together via a card reader with the exception of the Macuscope and the RTA. You can also link these together with what's called a MemBox, where the individual equipment uploads that information to a storage device and then you download it into your TRS system. This allowed me to streamline patient flow. I was able to improve the movement from one station to the next for the patient. I was easily able to transfer the information from instrument to instrument via the data card. This reduced a significant number of errors due to the data transfer, and I eliminated all those ugly, redundant tasks via being able to upload this data directly to the EMR interface. We also added some new services. We now provide what we call wellness testing. This is a series of 3 tests that include the Macuscope, the RTA, and topography. And in 2009, we generated just under $10,000 worth of business from that. I also was able to utilize the same equipment for diagnostic purposes and generated another $8,000 worth of revenue. Additionally, I'm now using this 3D wave for my RGP patients, and I've cut my exam time and chair time down to over half with that. And the patient satisfaction that I get with that is extremely high. So let's take a look at some of the numbers. I did 2,840 eye exams in 2009. This compares to 2,337 in 2008. So I increased the number of eye exams I did by just over 500 eye exams. Let's look at June for just a second. June was the last month in California that adult Medi-Cal beneficiaries had eligibility for eye exams. So I had 320 time slots available in the month of June. I actually saw 344. I realized the last slide said 352, which is the correct number. But let's use this for this example. I added 24 patients over the amount of time slots that I had available. If you consider that each patient is worth $200 average revenue, and I think that's a very conservative number, I generated just under $5,000 worth of extra revenue by being able to add those patients to my schedule. Additionally, for every 5 minutes I'm able to shave off an eye exam, that allows 236 extra clinic hours for 1 year. So let's take a look at what some of this equipment costs. For just over $26,000, you can get started with this equipment. If you're able to see an extra 2 patients a day at an average sale of $200, the system virtually pays for itself in 6 months. The other benefit you'll receive from using this equipment is it's ergonomically more comfortable. If you're using a manual 4-opter and you haven't suffered from repetitive motion disorder, it's only a matter of time. The orthopedic demands on an optometrist are higher than almost any other profession. I myself suffered from this for almost 10 years. I had excruciating forearm and wrist pain, and I've seen 2 hand specialists and went through physical therapy. When that didn't work, I tried other alternative forms of treatment such as deep tissue massage, acupuncture, chiropractic, and I even wore these very sexy wrist braces to bed at night, and I gotta tell you, that really helped with my sex life. So, you're able to see more patients in less time. The binocular vision testing and add power go very, very quickly, and you're able to compare the new prescription to the old prescription with just the push of a button. Additionally, the screening services will lead to more diagnostic services. And the MacuScope also has the adjunctive therapy of the LMZ3 supplements, which you can sell directly through your office. My 2010 wellness testing numbers are almost double what they were in 2009. So return patients want to have this test again. So in conclusion, I set some lofty goals for myself when I started this venture. Not only did I meet my goals, but I exceeded them. So if you're looking to invest in yourself and your practice, please consider Marco as your primary supplier. Not only are they ahead of the curve technology-wise, they offer a total solution, and they integrate seamlessly with whatever EMR system that you're using. And the support you'll receive from them from the time they put the equipment in throughout the years to come will be second to none. Thank you.